Here is Sean Dursey. Rookie defenseman, Adrian Kempe over the line. Kopitar to Dursey. Oh, he wins it! Oh, what a setup for the game winner!
There's a combo question from CJ. It says, Mikey turned into Mike in the playoffs, bringing some fantastic grit. And Shohei says, how excited are you guys with how big of an improvement Mikey made? I remember him getting beaten badly by McKinnon in his rookie year, but what he did against McDavid, I thought that was amazing. I talked about how McDavid took that jump in the physicality. Mikey's not necessarily a guy that's big, but we talked about size on the defense. And the adage is, it's not how big you are, it's how big you play. And he played a lot bigger in the playoffs. How excited are you for that? And what does that add to the team, maybe over a full 82 next season?
I think he's a good compliment to Drew Doughty. And I really like the step that he's taken because I think, listen, he was sort of, I say this is probably unfair. And I'm just going to say it for lack of a better way of saying it. It's as if he was put into the top pair almost by default. Like they didn't really have a big left shot D-man to play with Doughty, right? So he kind of gets put there and it just clicked. It worked. Doughty loved playing with him and it was a nice fit, and it allowed Mikey to kind of grow as he got going. And he took a big step this year, being able to be effective without Doughty and have an admirable playoffs too with him. He showed a little bit more of a physical side to him. So yeah, I think it is exciting to see what Mikey Anderson can do. And I think there's another level still. I kind of hope there is, but I also think there's another level to his game. But I think it's very encouraging where he's at right now.
Yeah, I think it was great to see Mikey Anderson. I think we're not the only ones that I think we're excited to see what he brought to the playoff series. I think Drew Doughty was up there watching his former defensive partner, his probably future defensive partner, play really well. I think that got him really excited, and that was probably one of the better things that he was watching throughout the series. Because I mean, you look at the way Mikey Anderson presents himself. I mean, he's a calm, cool, collected guy, and he plays with a lot of intensity on the ice. He's been in those big moments before. He's won 2 national championships at the collegiate level. He's been on the Hockey World Junior team a couple years. So he's been in these big moments, and he's never really looked out of place. So to see him play up to that potential in a playoff series against a player like Connor McDavid, I think that was huge in terms of his value for the organization going forward. And I wouldn't be surprised. I've kind of thought these kind of signings kind of come out of nowhere. But I wouldn't be surprised to see the Kings just sign Mikey Anderson to some ridiculous long-term deal just out of nowhere this offseason. Because, yeah, he's a restricted free agent. You can kind of keep him locked in for maybe like 2 or 3 more years and kind of keep bouncing him off restricted free agency. But if you can sign him to a long-term deal and keep that cap hit low, like give him like some ridiculous like 7-year deal for like $4 million a year, I'd be totally fine with that. I mean, people calling him the future captain of the Kings. Keep him at that low.
Like a 5 by 3.5.
Yeah, or just you just see those random long-term contract extensions come out of nowhere, and I think I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen with a player like Mikey Anderson, who's really solidified his spot with the organization now and in the future.